Hello, good afternoon, Maimba. How are you?
Good afternoon. How are you doing, Mubu?
Fine, thanks. I'm so excited to have you on this conversation. How are you coping during the 21 days of lockdown?
Well, I'm all right. I'm coping very well, thank you.
Okay, no, that's fine. Okay, so on this podcast, we're going to be talking about the 12 universal skills needed for one to be successful. So today we're going to be looking at the skill of team building. So for our listeners, today I'm joined by an award-winning, highly sought-after MC, conference moderator, corporate presenter, speaker, as well as team building coach. That's Maimba for you. Maimba, I like the fact that you've got a sharp mind and you've got an ability to adapt in any situation. I've had a privilege to see you moderating certain events, and how you do it is just amazing.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Fantastic. So, my first question for you with regards to team building is teamwork, the skill of teamwork. What exactly is teamwork in simple definition?
Well, in simple definition, one great writer once said, "No man is an island," and by saying that, they're trying to say that you can't achieve anything on your own. That you need people around you to be able to achieve whatever vision or mission that you're on, or whatever project that you're working on. So teamwork really is the group of people coming together to collectively work towards a chosen goal, a chosen vision, and something that they want to achieve together. That's what teamwork is all about.
All right. So, is there any, in your own point of view, is there any link between teamwork and individual success?
Um, Once again, like I said, depending on what it is that you're going through, individual success, uh, you when you're working in a project, let's say you're working for a company, or you're working as an entrepreneur, you've got a vision that you want to do, or a project that you're doing. It is your individual project, but you bring people together to help you achieve that project that you want to achieve. So I don't really think that there's individual success. You can't really succeed on your own. You need people that will buy into your vision, that will work into your vision, that will tap into your vision, and will help you succeed at your vision.
Okay. All right. So, what are the qualities of good teamwork?
Qualities of good teamwork. Again, just like you went back to individual success, right?
Yes.
For you to be able, do you support soccer?
Yes.
Do what's your team?
Liverpool.
You're Liverpool.
Yes. Don't tell me.
Um, well, everybody knows that I'm a Liverpool fan.
Oh, fantastic.
So pretty much when you're talking about team building and teamwork, we borrow everything from sports. We borrow everything from team sport, such as soccer, netball, volleyball. Anyway, it's more than one, obviously. And a good team, firstly, communication. They communicate well with each other. You need to be able to communicate very well with each other. Communicate every day. They have different forms of communication. Get everybody to know what they are doing. Everybody must know where they are going. Everybody must know the vision of the project or the company. People must know why they're at work, and that is done by communication. So that's a very good quality. One of the, well, for me, which is very, very important, is communication. And for me, again, everybody must be able to offer each other support. Once you know the communication, then everybody must rally around each other and support one another. Again, I keep using the examples of football, where as the ball is moving from the goalkeeper to the defenders to the midfield to the strikers, these are elements of a team that are supporting one another for the end goal, which is for Mo Salah to score. or for Sadio Mane to score. So there's a whole support system that's going in there. Another quality that you really need a good leadership. You need a great leader to lead you. You need somebody who listens, somebody who works as a team, somebody who allows you to flourish as a team. So there are a whole lot of qualities for a good team, but these are just a few that I can pick on.
Okay, fantastic. The other question is, when you find yourself now working as a team, we have moved from the issue of working as an individual. You're now working as a team, but then people have got, different grooming issues, attitudes, different backgrounds. How can you cope with those in order to make sure that at least you work towards achieving the same goal despite all those differences?
Sorry, do you want to come back on that?
Okay, my question is, when one finds themselves in a team, there's an aspect to do with the fact that people are different. They have got different grooming. They are coming from different backgrounds. They have got different beliefs. But then you are now put together in order to achieve maybe the same goal. How can you work together despite all those differences so that at least you are not destructive, but you're working as one to achieve something common?
Well, you have to realize that in any team, we, like you've already said, that we are very different. We are different in our makeup, we're different in our backgrounds, our backgrounds shape us. There's some in the team that grew up Kumusha, in the rural areas. They went to a rural setup school. There's some in the team that went to a private school. There's some in the team that went to a government school. And besides that, there are people in the team that grew up differently. Some grew up with their grandmothers. Some grew up with parents. And even those that grew up with parents, some grew up with very strict parents. Some grew up with very chilled parents. And all that upbringing then forms different individuals within the workspace. This is why when we're talking about team building, sometimes we go through what we call the DISC personality test that we do as an assessment for every team member so that we all know each other. We all know our personality test, how different we are. And that knowledge of knowing what type of a person Mubu is, what type of person Maimba is, will help you to study the descriptions in each person. Will help you work better with the person. Will help you actually accept those differences. What is very important is every team member accepts that we are different. But in our differences, how do we draw the best out of each other? That is the most important thing. So we can never all be the same in any relationship, away from a team, even in a family. You are not the same as your brother or your sister, So the first thing that you need to do is to accept the differences and then see how best you can draw out the best out of that individual for the sake of the team. That's how we operate, and that's how we do it.
Okay, all right. My last question.
And with regards to deportment, you spoke about grooming and so on. Again, because there are no life skills, trainings within our school setup. School setups is all about academics. It's about maths, English, science. We don't have grooming and etiquette lessons. We need to be able to understand that even in a corporate setup or in our spaces as we work, we were groomed differently. So we now need to actually take everybody through a grooming and etiquette lesson where they become better in those areas. So it doesn't come naturally. It's something that actually needs to be learned by team members.
Fantastic. So in other words, organizations need to invest into some of these trainings.
Absolutely. Organizations need to invest in your soft skills training, which are now very, very important. Life now is not so much about the academics. Life is about soft skills, even in corporate. It's about, do you present well? Can you talk well? Are you confident? Grooming and etiquette, how you dress. Excuse me. How you dress when you go out to see clients, because you can be an A student, but you don't dress well and you lose the deal when you go out to see a client simply because of perceptions. So those are the things that corporates now need to deal with. They need to deal with a lot of soft skills training that people didn't get in high school or worse still in university.
Well, thank you for that. My last question for you is with regards to setting up a team. So a lot of times people find themselves, you come up with this team, then you have to fire this one, remove this one, put the other one, but then it has got a tendency of stealing time, productive time, and distracting maybe the leader from the achievement of the goal. Then put much focus on trying to come up with the best team. You, from your team building experience and trainings that you've conducted, what kind of advice would you give to someone in terms of what they need to consider when they are setting up a team for whatever project or anything that one is working on?
Well, look, the most important thing that you need to know about team building is that one we always talk about team building being a process and not an event, right? So it's very important that in building teams, you also realize that there are stages of team development that that every team has to go through when setting up teams. All teams are at different stages of development. And these stages, once you understand them, you'll be able to get a better understanding of the team. For example, stage number 1 is your forming stage. This is more like your orientation, where you've just come and you've just met, and the team is being formed. That's a whole stage line. That's the first stage of team development. That needs to be understood, within the context of the team building process. The second stage is your storming stage. It's more like a relationship, when you've met a girl. First time you're just getting to learn each other, and then the next time is your real character starts coming out. So now there's a lot of pressure that's happening, and this then causes a bit of conflict within the team, So your personalities might clash. You might disagree over how to complete tasks and so on. This is a very important stage, actually. It's one of the most important stages of team development. And then thereafter, you've got the norming stage, where you are now literally getting to understand each other, and getting to know each other, because you've gone through the clashes and so on, right? And then the performing stage, where now you are on your way to success. Everybody knows what they're supposed to be doing. It's all hands on deck, and everybody's all geared up. So the reason I'm giving you this background is you can't start a team and stop, and form another team and stop, and you can't do that. You have to be patient. I'll take you back again to football, literally, because when you go back to Jurgen Klopp, coach for Liverpool, when he started out, maybe let me not talk about my team, Liverpool. Let me go to Manchester City. When Pep Guardiola joined Man City in the first season, Yaya Toure was sent out. He changed the team. He brought in players. It was a very difficult season. They did not win silverware. Man City only then won the championship in the second season because of the processes that Pep Guardiola took his team to. And this is why it's important that people are very patient in building teams. You can't build a team, break it down, build a team, break it down. You have to be consistent, and the results will come if you're consistent in going through the different stages of team development.
Fantastic. So the main purpose for this podcast is just to trigger the thoughts so that people take issues to do with teamwork and team building seriously. Do you have any points that you'd like to add on top of the question that I asked?
Well, I want to say that the success of any unit, from a family setup to a corporate team to any project team, is team. You can never ever think that you can make it on your own, like I've said. You have to realize that you can only succeed within the confines of a team. If you have, Zimbabwe is very entrepreneurial. You've got people that are running their own businesses. I guess about 95, 80% are unemployed. So we find that Zimbabwe is an SME's economy. But even if you start an individual dream, you need, for you to go further, for you to succeed, you need to bring in people that will help you succeed. If you decide to go it alone, as the adage says, you will never get to where you need to go. Every great company, whether from Google, from Apple, from everywhere, they thrive on teams. If you go to Google, they employ thousands and thousands of people, but in those thousands and thousands of people, they operate in very small teams of 12 to 15 people. So as you go through the journey of life and entrepreneurship, bring in a team that you trust. It's important that as you build a team, you choose a team that has got the right skill set that you need. In building Liverpool, in building Man City, or any team that you can think about, it's always about what can Sadio Mane bring? Why should we bring him to this team? What can Kevin De Bruyne bring to Man City? These are the most important questions that you need to answer yourself. So go out there, build your teams. Even now, you can build virtual teams as you're working from home. Virtual teams are people working from their workstation, from their houses, but each person is completing a task for the whole. And as we work virtually, you know where you're supposed to get what. You know, you can have somebody, your graphics person, working from home. You can have your content person working from somewhere else. You can have your researcher from somewhere else, and you then bring everything together. So even in times when you're working from home right now, because of this pandemic, you must learn to work within the confines of a team.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us for this podcast. I would like to believe the listeners have learned a lot from your contributions. I would like to believe there are other people who would want to engage you for the services that you offer, whether for you to be an MC, a conference moderator, corporate presenter, speaker, team building coach for the organizations. How can people get in touch with you?
Well, the easiest, I guess, is just to Google me. Google Maimba Mapuranga. You'll find me on Facebook. You'll find me on Instagram. You'll find me on Twitter, on LinkedIn. But of course, again, you can also get me on my number, 0773-450-370. You can also get me on that number as well. But the easiest is always Google and DM, and I'll get back to you.
Fantastic. That was Maimba, the MC for you. Maimba, thank you so much for spending some time for us. We really appreciate this. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, Mubu. God bless. Stay safe and stay home.
Fantastic. Bye.
Bye.